Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how many times that I've sit in my studio doing a video or getting ready to do one, and my face exploded with tears. And I had to cut it off, start over, or do whatever I had to do. I have shed some tears since I've been on this journey. For the president, I believe he's the greatest. I pray for his life. I know they want to kill him, but the work that I do here is worth it, ladies and gentlemen. And this young man right here proves what I'm saying. But anyway, check this out.
I will be the first to admit that I'm in tears right now, and I was in tears before I started recording. And I will also admit that Trump is really impressing me. It's no secret that I've been very critical of him on this channel, but I give credit where it's due. I always give credit where it's due. And they're saying that this video that we're about to react to is the most powerful and important video on the internet right now. And I understand why. I just struggle to believe that anybody can make it to the White House without being controlled. I struggle to believe that these people, all of them, these rich people, these politicians, that they're not all on the same, they're not all secretly on the same team, and they're just playing us as a people. But when I tell you, when I watch this video right here, and Trump's really trying to protect the children, I'm convinced of that. I have no shame, I have no pride to shed the tears of man on camera, because this video really touched me. It really touched me. And the question that I have as I watch this video, which I haven't seen all of it yet, was how do we get here? How do we normalize making mental health, or pretending that a mental health problem isn't a mental health problem, or a mental disorder is not a mental disorder? How do we get here where we're harming our children? This man said he's fighting to bring the Bibles back. Trump, I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song, God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven. Christians are under siege. We must protect content that is pro-God. We love God, and we have to protect anything that is pro-God. We must defend God in the public square and not allow the media or the left-wing groups to silence, censor, or discriminate against us. We have to bring Christianity back into our lives and back into what will be again a great nation. Our founding fathers did a tremendous thing when they built America on Judeo-Christian values. Now that foundation is under attack, perhaps as never before. What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've shed countless tears, but it wasn't, I think the president is in constant danger. I know they want to kill him, but a lot of my tears were for men, especially black men, and how weak black men have become, and how men are not leaders and cannot think. I think the biggest problem in the black neighborhood, in the community, is men cannot properly assess a situation and make sound decisions that will lead their families to prosperity. If you take care of your family and everybody does that and does a good job, the community will be taken care of. But all this, I'm black and this, that, and the other and all that stuff, I'm not in the group. My concern is heaven first and then my family second. But all this black stuff and I got to do what the group does because I'm black, ladies and gentlemen, that's a bunch of bullshit. And Big Al, I'm not a part of none of that crap. I don't belong to any groups anyway. I don't even like groups. They don't never get anything done. But anyway, this gentleman right here, this is a powerful video, especially I've been going back and forth with a couple of idiots on Facebook, and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They cannot assess a situation. They talking about David Duke and all this kind of bullshit, and David Duke is probably dead, I guess. I don't know where the hell what the hell does David Duke have to do with what's going on today? David Duke, wasn't that back in the 60s, 70s, early 70s, or whatever the hell that was? I don't even understand that. But the stuff that's going on in America today is powerful and demonic. And President Trump is being led by the Spirit to take care of it, and I applaud him. But my tears have been shed for poor leadership in our communities. Black men, especially black men that cannot think, that are not ambitious, that are not competitive, that's bad because of DEI and all this affirmative action and all this kind of crap. You know what? I've never even done an application for a job. I've had a couple. I didn't do the applications. I walked in and looked for the manager and told him what the hell I could do for the company, and got hired on the spot for the jobs that I had. And I did that. When I walked in the door, I looked for the number one guy. I want you to train me. I'm going to be the best they got in here. Same thing. I've been doing that. You're not going to beat me doing nothing. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
A lot of you are probably not content creators. So just know that it's not the easiest thing to turn on the camera and know that you may cry on camera. Not knowing what people's opinion of that will be, but especially as a man and the stigma that comes with being a man in society, you have to be strong all the time. But I've never had a problem with shedding a tear on camera or in front of other people. And one could argue that this video is just about Trump endorsing something to make another person who ever put these Bibles together with the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights and all of that inserted in these Bibles. Maybe he's just trying to make the money.
That video was done a couple years, was almost 4 years ago, I think. I think that video was done in Trump's first term. And I remember the media put it out that Trump was trying to sell Bibles and that he had the Bible upside down. It was a whole bunch of, they flipped that a whole bunch of different ways. when Trump brought prayer back into the schools, he did that the first term, and they hardly said anything about it. But Trump put prayer back in the schools when he was in office the first time, and the media hasn't said anything about that. But anyway, we applaud President Trump for who he is, and you need to do some research and look up Norman Vincent Peale. That was Trump's pastor. That's why President Trump is as tough as he is, because he had a great teacher. And if you study President Trump, you will understand that President Trump was sent, just like Moses, Abraham, Noah, Joseph, and all the rest of them. President Trump was sent just like that.
But I find it very hard. He's been elected. He's won the election. So, I mean, my question is, what reason would he have to lie about this? I truly believe that this man's policies are unheard of. They're unheard of. Like, I remember growing up, and so I feel old saying it. I'm young, but which just goes to show it wasn't that long ago. We had the Bible. We said our Pledge of Allegiance. I almost forgot what it was called. We said our Pledge of Allegiance. We stood on Judeo-Christian values. We're in a completely different world now. How did we get here? We have people in this country that say that they believe in God and believe in the Bible, but then they're like extreme leftists, and they're supporting things that are quite literally anti-God. They're supporting things that are anti-Bible.
And a lot of the pastors and preachers are the main ones. The main ones are pastors and preachers, especially in the black church.
I question, and I still fully question, if Trump is a Christian. If he actually believes in whether he's a Christian or not, whether he follows Jesus Christ. I'm impressed.
Pray, get educated, get motivated, and stand with me and the legions of Americans asking God to bless our great nation, to bring our great nation back, and to make America great again. I'm proud to partner with Lee in this offering. He's a very special man, both as a talent, but maybe even more so as a human being. He's very, very special. And I think you all should get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible now and help spread our Christian values with others. There you have it. Let's make America pray again. God bless you, and God bless the USA. The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this?
No. No, I cannot. If you're an adult, do what you want. The fact that this is the norm across the country now, like, how did we get here, man? I'm still side-eyeing Trump, y'all. I know a lot of y'all in the comment section not rocking with that. Y'all want me to just fully be all in on him. I just struggle to believe that you can make it to the White House and not be controlled. But the Lord above, the Most High knows, I'm extremely impressed with this man. I don't see any reason why, and this is really me just thinking out loud to myself. I don't see any reason why he would have to come out and fake a video like this, like, or it's not even faking it, or pretend like he's really for these things. Nobody else is, bro. I'm legit afraid for Trump. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm afraid for this man. Those are words I never thought I'd say, because I always thought, like, if you make it to the White House, you're a part of it. You are controlled opposition. I'm afraid for this man, bro. He has another video where he's talking about getting rid of censorships for content creators. Like, what president is talking about? He's understood and listened to these podcasters, bro. I really believe this man is a man of the people. I believe that. I struggle to believe that a billionaire could ever relate. And I still don't think he can relate to us. And I don't even think but the thing is, I don't even think he's trying to portray himself as if he relates or understand what it's like to make minimum wage, or he knows what it's like to make less than six figures, you know, like.
I really think he does, because President Trump is in touch with his employees, the people that work for him. And he understands their struggles, and there are plenty of stories to where if information gets back to him that someone in his organization is struggling or having a difficult time, President Trump has stepped up to the plate numerous times and taken over and helped those people. That's who he is. It's just who he is. But ladies and gentlemen, the news media, I know I talk to people all the time, and when I started doing videos, and I send the videos to people, and people send them back, they won't even look at it. I don't want to hear that mess. I don't want to see that. Nobody want to see no video. And the videos right now is social media is videos, and President Trump understands that. As a matter of fact, I think that's how he got elected, and he knows that because of content creators like this young man right here and myself and countless others who are dedicated to turn on the camera and the mic and get the job done and take all the criticism and fade all the heat and all the crap that we have to go through and listen to. But it's not on the level that President Trump, because he has to be probably one of the most hated people of modern day history. And for what? Just because the media told people to hate him. That's the only reason. Because you can't find another reason to hate him, only because the media told you to hate him. But anyway, let's wrap up.
Paycheck to paycheck. But I think he's trying to show that he hears what we are telling him, what the vast majority of Americans have experienced or are experiencing.
Yeah, President Trump, I am on his text list, and he texts. Well, you know, he's not doing that. He's got people that does that for him. But I get a text from his organization every day, and they're always asking, "What's what?" And what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think I should do about this? And they take surveys and do all that stuff. And he's in constant contact with the people. And everything that he's doing is exactly what the American people want him to do. Point blank, period.
I'm blown away. Obviously, I'm blown away.
I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures, and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare, and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body They will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Wow. Isn't it crazy that everything that Trump just said, we know it's common sense. It's biology 101. It's common sense 101.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's common sense 101. But thank God for young men like this who are waking up. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out his channel. Be sure to check out Big Al, UncleCoon. And be sure to check out the next video. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Can't touch this.
Real deal. That gal on the mic, UncleCoon in the house. Dropping knowledge, speed truth, no room for doubt. From the babes to celebs, we cover it all. Tune in, hit subscribe, you don't want to miss the call. Real deal. Al, UncleCoon, bringing the heat. Every episode's fire, can't be beat. Hit that like, share the vibe. Join the fam, come along for the ride. Politics, pop culture, and everything between. Big Al's got the scoop, you know what I mean? From Harris to Trump, we break it down. Common sense talk, the best show around. Real. Al, UncleCoon, bringing the heat. Every episode's fire, can't be beat. Hit that like, share the vibe. Join the fam, come along for the ride. Cash App, show some love, support the grind. Big Al's on the rise, one of a kind. UncleCoon Podcast, the place to be for real talk, real folks, and real TV. Real. Al, UncleCoon, bringing the heat. Every episode's fire, can't be beat. Hit that like, share the vibe. Join the fam, come along for the ride.